the new Mortal Kombat movie. I don't know if anybody's seen it. So I just want to make a quick reference to it without giving it away, because I know it just came out and a lot of people ain't seen it. You probably planning to go see it this weekend. So if that's the case, I don't want to spoil it, so I ain't gonna say too much. I'm gonna try to say a lot without saying too much. But of course, in the story of Mortal Kombat, you got a good versus evil, and you got fighters that are supposed to be, preserving the earth and trying to save the earth in this battle, which is called the Mortal Kombat. And then the good side, you got Raiden, which is the leader. So when all of his fighters, the champions, were assembled together, then they came to Raiden. So Raiden had to take them through certain training. And after like a little bit of the training, he wasn't impressed with what he seen in his so-called champions. He wasn't impressed at all. And then he looked at them and he was like, "This is what I have to work with." And they was looking like, "What?" But yeah, he was like, "Is this what I have to work with?" And it's crazy because they really are the champions. But when he looked at them at that time, they didn't look like champions. They wasn't even fighting like champions. But they really were the champions. But the thing is that the powers that they all were meant to have, they hadn't stepped into that power yet. But it was already inside of them. They hadn't stepped into it yet. And they had to go through certain things to bring out the power or the champion that was on the inside of them. And it was crazy because I was praying this morning, and while I'm praying, this movie come up to my spirit. I'm like, why is this movie coming up to my spirit while I'm praying? And so that's what came to my spirit when Raiden said, "This is what I have to work with." And I started laughing. I was like, wow. So it was like I was feeling in my spirit. I'm like, dang, that's crazy, because you look at them at the present state that they were in, and you don't think much of them. But then as they begin to step into their powers, then you see that they was really the champions all along. So if you look at Jax, right? Jax had to be broken before he finally got his strength. Arms broken, but then he got his strength. Kano had to be, attacked emotionally before he got his strength. And I forgot the other dude's name, but his family had to be attacked before he got his strength. But all of those troubles that each one of them went through, the troubles, the attacks, they actually triggered the champion inside of them, which is the same thing that happens with us. Sometimes we have to go through things in life to bring out the champion that's already on the inside of us. So it's not about like what you see now. There's a champion on the inside of each one of us. And sometimes it take that brokenness. Sometimes it take those attacks on the family. Sometimes it take attacks emotionally, to bring out the champion that's on the inside of us. None of us come here as a finished product. None of us. Because there's a process of growth that God expects each one of us to go through. It's just like, an apple seed. It's a little small seed. But inside of that seed is a whole tree that'll be bigger than a human being. You know what I'm saying? That can feed plenty of human beings. But it started off with a little seed that can fit in the palm of your hand. So we are the same way. We don't come out as a finished product, but the potentials are there, the talents are there, the giftings are there, the calling is there on the inside of us. But it takes those broken moments, it takes those hard times, those emotional attacks. It takes a lot, but inside of that, it brings out the champion that is on the inside of us. And that's why we have to focus on those things, because we have to change our perspective towards troubles. Even the Bible says in James 1 verse 2, it says that we should count it all joy when we experience certain troubles, because those troubles is going to produce patience in us, and it's that our faith is being tested, but our faith grows from that. So when we go through certain things, it's actually not to break us, it's actually to make us. Those trials, those troubles, those attacks, those hard times, those seasons in our life that are the most difficult, those are actually the seasons that make us, because we got to get through it. You know what I'm saying? And when we get through it, we come out stronger, and it brings out something else inside of us. It unlocks a brand new potential, the same way that it did in Mortal Kombat. When they experienced those trials, it unlocked the potentials that was already inside of them. And then they were able to go and be the champions that they were called to be. You know? And so at the end of the day, Reagan looked at them like, wow, I'm proud of you. You know what I'm saying? It took all of that, but you overcame, you made it. It built something in you that nobody can take away. And so that was just my thought when I was praying this morning. I was like, man, that's crazy. But yeah, so don't never look down at your situation, never look down at yourself because of the present circumstance, because you have to understand that inside of you is a champion. There's a process of growth that God is expecting all of us to go through. And as we go through that process, it unlocks the champion that is already on the inside of us. It makes us stronger. So we count it joy when we go through the trials. You know what I'm saying? But that's pretty much it though, man. Check that movie out if you haven't checked that movie out. Check it out. Check it out.